back to my channel. My name is Morgan if you're new here. Today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a controversial subject, kind of touchy subject really, and I just really want to just let everything out because these past couple of days have just been a little rough for me as far as being just kind of emotionally and mentally draining with everything that's going on. Not only you have like the coronavirus, but you have, this recent stuff that's been going on about, George Floyd. And I think I want to start with, I guess, just addressing, my opinions on the matter. Of course, it's no secret I'm a black female, so it really does affect me directly, as well as it does my community. And just like the whole thing, the killing, I don't really want to relive the whole video, but it was just hard to watch. And as it became more prevalent, and as the protests and the riots and the looting started to, you started to see more of it on social media or news or whatever, it just became a lot. So I really wanted to address some things that I've been getting as far as replies on social media, or things that people have just said that's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I wanted to start with someone who well, I'm not gonna say kind of, she replied, and I just had to stop responding because it's just like, it was kind of, we weren't seeing eye to eye, we weren't going anywhere. Okay, so the original post was, to all the privileged white folk out there that's saying looting isn't protesting, just a reminder that murder isn't policing. So her comment was, why can't we think both are true? Why do we have to condone either one of them? So my reply to her was, understand that this is not the first time in history that this has happened in America. Is the looting and rioting ideal? No. But in this country, black people have faced years and years of systematic oppression and racial injustice. All people are concerned about is the looting. Material items can be replaced, a man's life cannot. We need to focus on the bigger picture of what people are actually protesting about. People are tired of going unheard. White privilege is continuing to look at the protests in a negative light instead of understanding the message behind it and acknowledging that there is a problem in America. You can think both are true, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture. And then I have a picture, which is just text that's saying, here is an example of how white privilege sounds. You keep saying it's horrible that an innocent black man was killed, but destroying property has to stop. Try saying it's horrible that property is being destroyed, but killing innocent black men has to stop. Do you hear the difference there? So, like I said, we've gone back and forth, but then I had to stop replying when she said, I understand why people are rioting, I understand why people are looting, however, I don't condone violence, I understand why people are doing it. So that's something that we agree on. I don't condone anybody getting hurt either. That's not ideal. Looting is not ideal. And then to which she said, but how can you support a movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, if it's about burning down the black community, or something to that extent. So I didn't really understand where she was going there. I didn't really feel like going back and forth with her because I didn't really listen. It didn't make any sense to me. So first of all, I never said anything about burning down the black community, and that has nothing to do with what the Black Lives Matter movement is. It has nothing to do with it. First of all, if anything, the Black Lives Matter community is about boosting up the Black community. So yeah, I was just a bit confused there, because her original argument was, you know, why can't we condone both? And then she goes to say, you know, I understand why people are doing it. And I told her multiple times, you know, I don't condone that either, you know, but understand why people are doing it. And I call that white privilege because it doesn't directly affect her. I don't feel that white people will really ever know about how it's affecting the Black community because they don't have to face it. And this brings me to another point, and this is this was a tweet by a professor at my university that I graduated back in May. And let me see if I can pull up the post. So this professor said, here's a suggestion. To those who think that they are being screwed and oppressed in the US, stay in school. Be the best student, avoid crime, avoid gangs, avoid unwanted pregnancy, avoid drugs and alcohol. Amazing what little common sense can do for your destiny. And at that point, I think a lot of people were outraged. This is a professor at a school where I graduated from that I give money to every year. So, you know, I don't want to support a school or an institution that supports their faculty and staff, you know, saying stuff like this to, and they're the ones who are teaching, you know, the students. I don't agree with that. I agree with the First Amendment. I agree with, you know, being able to have freedom of speech, but I feel at that level, it affects me because it's like if I'm in your class, then I'm uncomfortable because I know what you said. That makes me uncomfortable. Because how do I know that you're not judging me based off of my race instead of my character? So I kind of wanted to drift away from that a little bit, and I want to go about what's been really affecting social media as far as brands and content creators. And it kind of really sparked my attention when Jackie Aina, she mentioned in her story, she said that there are particular brands such as Revolve, Pretty Little Thing, and Fashion Nova who are not speaking out about the issue. So what I really want to say is about that is we shouldn't have to do that. Why do I have to call out a brand that I support on not speaking out on an issue, especially, you know, if you have Black, I follow a lot of fitness brands who have fitness athletes or whatever. So Gymshark in particular, I think that they've done a really good job as far as addressing the issue, and I think the diversity that they have in their as far as their fitness athletes, it can use work, but you know, it's getting there. You know, it's not like some companies where I only see a particular person, where there's no diversity and there's only one size. You know, if I wear somebody's clothes, you know, I want to see somebody who looks like me. Why do I want to see just one person or one shape, you know? Then I feel like the company doesn't support people who look like me. So it's like, why should I support you? And I think with Pretty Little Thing is, if you haven't, because they've already deleted it, in response to Jackie Aina, they posted, and I'll see if I can put it like right here, but they posted this image and then they deleted it because of the backlash that they were getting. And to a certain extent, I see why people are angry, because it doesn't seem like they put any effort into it at all. But I want to go back to the brands and influencers, because like I said, we shouldn't have to be on their backs. And this happened with a lot of fitness brands, one that I did follow, and I don't want to put out any names, I really don't want to bash anybody, but their feed just has no diversity whatsoever, and they had no lack of support for this whole thing. They had nothing to say. And then earlier this week they posted about their launch. Oh, we have a new launch coming, you know, just kind of not paying attention about the whole situation, like nothing was happening. And a lot of people had a problem with that, and a lot of people called the brand out. And, you know, of course, you know, they're apologizing and whatnot, saying, I'm sorry, this, that. And then they went ahead and posted their, you know, their black square. And this brand particularly has an aesthetic. So they post 3 pictures, like, in a row. So it looks nice. So it's like 3 pictures of the same thing, but different poses. So, you know, it looks aesthetically pleasing. So they continued with their Instagram theme by posting 3 black squares. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Why do I think that was kind of wrong? Because I think it's because they're only doing it to save face because it's a trend, because they were called out on it. So, you know, I'm sorry if I feel like you're not doing it because you actually believe in it. I believe most of these brands are doing it because they're getting called out. And that's why I'm saying we shouldn't call out. If you have to call out a brand for not supporting you, then you don't need to support them. Unfollow them. Stop supporting brands that don't support you. That's all I have to say about it. The whole situation, this whole thing is like, it's been going on for years. This is nothing new. The rioting, the looting, it's not new. It's not. I wasn't alive to see it happen before, but it's not new. Stop acting like it is, because it's not. I really wish, I want nothing but the best for, you know, this country that I'm living in. But right now, I just feel like the system is against me. And I believe that the system is honestly corrupt. And I think the only way to fix it is by showing up and showing out. The polls, you know, sign as many petitions as you can, donate. A lot of these donations are going towards people who have been arrested at these protests, you know, for peacefully protesting. Most of them have been peaceful. I think the only time that I've really seen it get rough is when the cops showed up with tear gas and then the rubber bullets, and I think it's horrible. I think it's absolutely horrible. People have their hands up, you know, saying don't shoot, and they're getting tossed around like animals. And I don't think it's right. I don't know why people have I don't know why this whole thing is controversial when we're just fighting about racial inequality and oppression. I don't know why it's such a big thing. And the thing is that blows my mind is Colin Kaepernick fighting for the exact same thing. He took a kneel. Everybody else, we took a kneel with him. You know, just to say, America, wake up, you know. This is justice for all, but it's not. So why am I, you know, saluting to this if it's not true? I wasn't hurt. Nobody was looting or rioting. All we did was take a knee, but people had something to say about that. So my question is why? And now when, you know, we've got, like, people have grown tired of being peaceful, and you have riots and looting and all that stuff. And then it's just people are concerned about the wrong thing again. People are not looking at the bigger picture, and I think that's the downfall of our society. You know, you have people who believe in, at this point, I don't know what you guys, who are supporting, you know, All Lives Matter or White Lives Matter, stuff like that. I don't understand why you guys can't understand why we're shouting Black Lives Matter. For a system that is oppressed and has injustice towards minorities and black people, and then you have the audacity to say all lives matter. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And that goes for beyond, you know, black people, whoever's being mistreated. But in America right now, black people are hurting. I don't really know what to say to people who are opposed against this movement. You know, there's been so much support from everyone, you know, besides black people. but I just wish it happened sooner. And you know, while this may seem like a trend now because you see everybody posting about it, it's not. This is real life. This is real life. It wasn't just, George Floyd wasn't the only one. So what I'm asking really about this video is I wanna go ahead and put those links out. So all of the resources that I've been putting out over the couple of days, over the course of the past few days, are linked in the description. On my Instagram, I've been fighting for the same thing as well. You know, I haven't been posting just a black square. Over the course of, you know, these weeks or whatever, these months, these years really, I've been talking about the same thing. You know, it's up to us to make a change. It's up to us, everybody, not just me, not just black people. Everybody must want the same thing. And to do that, you have to show out. You have to show up and you have to show out. I want to see everybody at the polls. Not just voting for president. I want to see you guys voting for governors, senators, mayors, clerks, judges, all of them. It's not just the president. I don't really know what to say anymore, but this is just my whole spiel on everything that's been going on. You know, you have any black friend, if you're white and you're not sure what to do, it's okay. If you're white and before you had a different mindset and you've now educated yourself and you've become aware of the situation or why people feel how they feel, it's okay. It's okay to be educated on the subject and learn. I'm going to go ahead and post those resources down below. So if you're ever confused about what you should be doing, you know, Google is very free. If you've done everything in the description, sign petition, donate if you can, go ahead and Google what you could do. I've posted multiple things on my story about what you could do. I'll probably make it a highlight if that helps. And black people out here too, you know, continue fighting for the cause, you know, because it is directly affecting you. So continue to fight for what you believe in. We're not done yet. The 4 officers that were arrested for the killing of George Floyd, or were charged, I should say, that's good, but we're not done yet. There's a lot of justice that needs to be done in America. So take a stand for what you believe in, honestly. We need change. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video meant something to you. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for sticking the whole time if you actually watched the whole video. I know I had a lot to say, but thank you for, you know, taking the time out. I'll just catch you guys in my next video, and I'll catch you later.